Ladies, have you ever met a man who acted completely uninterested in you, like you were invisible, but then, out of nowhere, he started chasing you like his life depended on it? You didn't change. You didn't suddenly become a different person. So what happened? Here's the truth. Men don't fall for women the way they think they do. Attraction isn't always logical. It's psychological. It's emotional. And the women who understand how to trigger the right responses in a man's mind, whether they realize it or not, are the ones who make men obsess over them. And today I'm going to break down 10 powerful, uncommon, and slightly sneaky things women do that seduce men even when he swears he's not interested. Number 6 will shock you because it's something that works on almost every man, but they would never admit it. So make sure you stick around. Let's dive in. 1, the interrupt and walk away strategy. Now, this one might sound strange at first, but trust me, it works like magic. Picture this. You're having a deep, engaging conversation with a guy. He's into it. He's laughing, sharing stories, opening up. Then, right in the middle of it, you suddenly excuse yourself. Maybe you say, hold that thought, I just remembered something. I'll be right back. Or maybe you get a call or a friend calls your name and then you walk away. What just happened? You left him hanging, and men hate unfinished business. His brain now has a problem to solve. Wait, we were having a moment. Where is she going? What was she going to say next? Instead of wrapping up the conversation on a predictable note, you just created an open loop, a psychological technique used in storytelling, marketing, and even TV shows to keep people coming back for more. And when you return, he's eager to continue. He's now invested in the conversation because it was interrupted before he could mentally close the chapter. The best part? This trick isn't obvious. He won't even realize why he suddenly feels more intrigued by you, but he will. And that's the power of keeping a man on his toes. 2, the unexpectedly passionate opinion move. There's nothing more magnetic than a woman who speaks with fire. Not about gossip, not about small talk, but about something that lights her up inside. Most women play it safe in conversations, but the ones who stand out, they own their opinions. Example, instead of saying, yeah, I like music too, say, I swear, 90s R&B is superior to any music today and I'll debate anyone on this. Or instead of, yeah, I travel sometimes, say, I think every person should visit Italy at least once. If you haven't, you're missing out on the best food on earth. Men love passion. They don't remember the woman who just agrees with everything. They remember the one who radiates energy about something. And here's a bonus trick. Disagree with him playfully. If he says New York has the best pizza, lean in and say, no way, Chicago deep dish wins every time. I can't believe you're on the wrong side of this debate. What happens next? He now has an emotional connection to you, even if it's just over pizza. That tiny spark of debate, it's chemistry in disguise. 3, the I'm listening but I'm not impressed vibe. Most women think laughing at everything a man says will make him like them more. But here's the truth. Men are more attracted to women they have to impress. So instead of nodding, giggling, and agreeing too quickly, switch it up. Try this. Slow down your reactions. Take a second before answering. Raise an eyebrow when he says something bold. Smirk and say, really? That's the best you got? This creates a challenge. And remember, men love to work for validation. If he's used to women fawning over him, but you're different, you just became his biggest mystery. And that's a position of power. 4, the end the night first rule. Most women let the man decide when an interaction ends. But the most seductive, unforgettable women, they leave first. Why? Because leaving when he still wants more makes him obsess. Here's how to do it. If you're on a date and things are going well, don't wait until it fizzles out. Instead, say, this was fun, but I have to go now. Maybe I'll see you later. If you're at a party and he's locked in on you, instead of lingering, touch his arm and say, I should get going. Don't miss me too much. Boom, now he's hooked. Why? Because humans crave what they can't fully have. If you end things first while the energy is still high, he'll be left thinking about you. He'll wonder, When will I see her again? And just like that, you've created desire. 5, the understated sensuality trick, not what you think. Most women think being seductive is about wearing revealing clothes or being overtly flirty. Wrong. The truth is, men are drawn in by the subtle things, the way a woman moves, the way she holds herself. It's energy, not exposure. Here's how to master it. Slow down your movements. Instead of grabbing your drink, run your fingers lightly along the rim before lifting it. When you tuck your hair behind your ear, do it gently and deliberately. When adjusting your clothing, don't rush. Let him notice. Men are highly visual, but it's not just about what they see, it's about what they feel. If you move with intention, if you let your energy radiate calm, feminine confidence, you become hypnotic. He won't know why, but he won't be able to look away. 6, the silent confidence power move. Men don't see this coming. Most women think they have to keep talking to hold a man's interest. But what if I told you that doing the opposite is one of the most powerful attraction tools? Confident women don't rush to fill silences. They know that silence creates tension, and tension creates desire. Here's how it works. When a man is telling a story, instead of reacting immediately, pause. Hold eye contact for just a second longer than normal. Let him fill the silence, because he will. What happens next? He starts trying harder. He suddenly feels the need to impress you. And here's the crazy part, he won't even know why. Men are used to women seeking their approval, but when you flip the script and make him feel like he's the one trying to impress you, that's power. This silent confidence tells him, I don't need to prove myself, you need to prove yourself to me. And that drives men crazy. 7, the unexpected vulnerability moment. This one is powerful, but only if you use it at the right time. Men are drawn to strong, independent women, but they fall in love with the woman who shows them a glimpse of her softness. Here's the catch. It has to be unexpected. If you're always playful, confident, and a little mysterious, drop in a small moment of vulnerability hits him hard. For example, mid-conversation, casually say, I used to be so insecure about X, but I've learned to own it. Share a childhood memory that meant a lot to you. It meant a little fear or struggle, but do it with a smile, like it's no big deal. Why does this work? Because it makes him emotionally invested. Suddenly, you're not just a beautiful, confident woman. You're a real person with depth. And guess what? Now he wants to protect you. That tiny moment of realness creates a bond he won't be able to shake. 8, the compliment, then playfully challenge method. Most women think men love simple compliments. And while they do, the right compliment can ignite an obsession. Here's the trick. Don't just compliment him, challenge him too. For example, instead of saying, wow, you're so handsome, try this. You have that quiet confidence, unless it's all just an act. See what just happened? You praised him, but also made him work for it. Or instead of you're really smart, say, I like how you think, but I'm not sure I fully agree yet. Now he's hooked. Why? Because you gave him validation, but then created a tiny challenge. Men love to feel respected and admired, but they also love the thrill of proving themselves. When you mix the two, you become unforgettable. 9, the casual touch that lingers trick. Men are highly responsive to touch, even if they don't always realize it. A soft, unexpected touch can send an electric charge through his body, activating his biological attraction triggers without a single word. But here's where most women get it wrong. They either touch too much, which makes it lose its power, or avoid it completely, which makes them seem distant. The secret? Make it brief, subtle, and meaningful. For example, when laughing at his joke, gently place your hand on his forearm for just a second, then pull away. While walking past him in a crowded place, let your hand graze his lower back, just lightly. Adjust the collar of his shirt, then let your fingers linger for a fraction of a second before stepping back. This creates a powerful contrast. He feels your touch, then suddenly it's gone. And guess what? His brain instantly craves more. Why does this work? Because men are wired to chase. A fleeting touch followed by nothing leaves him thinking, wait, was that intentional? Did she mean to do that? And without realizing it, he's now focused on you. 10. The delayed response, mystery effect. Most women assume that when they like a guy, they should reply instantly to his text. After all, doesn't that show interest? Doesn't that keep the conversation flowing? Wrong. What actually happens when you respond too quickly is you remove the mystery. You tell his brain, I'm always available, I'm predictable, and there's no need to work for my attention. And here's the kicker. Men are wired to chase. The moment something becomes too easy, their brain devalues it. Now, this doesn't mean you should ignore him for days or play childish games, but here's the trick. When you delay your response, just slightly, you create anticipation. Let's say he texts, hey, what are you up to? Instead of responding instantly, wait a little longer than usual, maybe 20 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on the conversation flow. During that time, he's left wondering, why isn't she answering yet? Is she busy? What's she doing? Is she losing interest in me? And just like that, he starts thinking about you more. He starts craving your attention. Psychologists call this delayed gratification, and it works because his brain now sees your response as a reward. The longer he waits, the more valuable it becomes. And when he finally hears from you, guess what? He's hooked. With that said, thanks for watching, and until the next time.